what are some players that the Lakers could add to play with LeBron James? Obviously, Kawhi Leonard is an option, but he's not the only one out there that the Lakers are going to add to play next to the Kings. So let's start with our first one. Maybe the Lakers bring back Brook Lopez. He was on the team last year, got traded from the Nets to the Lakers to start last season, and he played pretty well, 13 points per game, about 4 rebounds, and a block and a half per game. Not a great defender, and at this point in his career, he'd be a good backup offensive option at center, though I think after signing JaVale McGee, it's going to be a less and less likely option that Brook Lopez comes back. But he would be able to bring a nice scoring and rebounding option off the bench. You can never have too many big men that can score, especially in today's game that is so guard dominant, especially with the Lakers having so many similar players at the power forward spot between Kyle Kuzma and Mo Wagner. Brandon Ingram is a similar player as well. He's more of an outside jump shooter. They need someone under the rim who can really make a big impact. And I think we saw with Brook Lopez last year, he still does have that potential to make an impact on the game on the offensive side of the glass. And I think as you see here with their lineup, it is a good matchup to have Alonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and LeBron James. I think having someone like Brook Lopez gives you a more stereotypical kind of offensive lineup for the Lakers. A little more stability there as well, having a prototypical center rather than someone, a stretch four there like a Kuzma or a Mo Wagner. Though, again, that is why the Lakers did bring in JaVale McGee. They like the versatility that he showed in the playoffs. They love his offensive game that he showed off in the finals. The dude was 16 of 20 from the floor for the Warriors in the NBA Finals. So the Lakers got a good player in JaVale McGee, but I think that Brook Lopez could really help take that offense or their second unit to the next level. So I think Brook Lopez could be a guy that you see the Lakers maybe make a run at as free agency continues on. All right, let's get to our next guy. How about Julius Randle? Could he make a return to Hollywood and stay with the Lakers? So Julius Randle, as of right now, is a restricted free agent. So he would either have to accept his qualifying offer of about $8.5 million, or the Lakers would have to sign him to a separate one-year deal. Now, the Lakers only have about $14 to $15 million left of cap space to work with after picking up Lance Stephenson, JaVale McGee, and LeBron James. But I think picking up Julius Randle on a one-year deal would be really good for them. I don't think they're in any position to give anyone any long-term deals right now, especially going to next year where Kawhi Leonard's going to be a free agent. They're going to want to give him a ton of money. He's going to want the max. So if they want to keep that max slot open, they can't be giving out these crazy deals, 3 or 4 year $18 to $19 million deals to Julius Randle. That's just not something realistic that the Lakers can offer at this time. So I could see a one-year deal, maybe something around $13 to $14 million. Look, the Lakers need defense down low in a big, big way. I think that's the biggest weakness on this team right now. They don't have a certifiable rim protector. Kyle Kuzma, Mo Wagner are not rim protectors. JaVale McGee can get the job done, but are you really going to play JaVale McGee for 20-plus minutes a night? I mean, he's good as a rotational big, but I cannot see JaVale McGee being a legitimate futuristic starting option for this Lakers team. They got to get someone down low that can play a little defense, and I think Julius Randle would be the perfect guy for them. We saw him make a big-time impact on the Lakers last year. He also averaged 19 points per game after the All-Star break last year for the Lakers. So he really turned it on in the second half, and I think that it would be a good idea for both sides to reunite their previous, endeavors. All right, let's get to another player to join the Lakers. How about J.J. Redick? Now, he would take up a chunk of cap space, but he would certainly be worth it. One of the best sharpshooters in the NBA. We saw him take about $20 million last year with the 76ers on a one-year deal to kind of strengthen their backcourt and to be a mentor for their very young guards that they had. I think that J.J. Redick would be a great pickup for the Lakers. He would be the sharpshooter that they desperately need at the guard position. I mean, if you look at the guards that the Lakers have right now, it's Lonzo Ball, it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, it's Lance Stephenson, it's Josh Hart. Not a lot of shooting in that backcourt. I know that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope shot well from three last year, but let's be honest with ourselves. I don't think anyone is going to call Kentavious Caldwell-Pope a sharpshooter. I think he's more of a good two-way guard rather than a specific shooter. He's going to do a good job of trying to, maintain the backcourt consistency with Lonzo Ball. Remember, Lonzo Ball is a great defender for a rookie. I mean, he was a good defender last year for the Lakers and can shut down the best of the point guards. I don't know how well he's going to do against the Russell Westbrooks as the years goes on, but he can do a good job against some really good shooters in the Western Conference. So you add JJ Redick, he's a decent defender as well, great sharpshooter, a needed three-point shooter on the perimeter for the Lakers. I think they're going to end up with the sharpshooter. I don't think Svi Mykhailiuk, who they draft in the second round, is enough for the Lakers in terms of their shooting with LeBron James. So we could see them pick up someone like JJ Redick. He would take a huge chunk out of their cap space, but again, they'd be filling a big time need as they continue to build their roster around LeBron James. The Cam Rogers Show is presented to you today by Autolist. Are you looking for a used or new car? Are you tired of browsing a million sites? Go to Autolist.com to browse the largest source of inventory on the web or download their top-rated mobile app for iPhone or Android. Thank you to Autolist for coming along the Cam Rogers Show today. I am not Cam Rogers. I am Harris Rubenstein, taking you through everything surrounding LeBron James and the Lakers today. All right, let's get to our next player that could join LeBron James on the Los Angeles Lakers. How about Wayne Ellington? Now, Wayne Ellington is probably a name that people are going, who? Well, Wayne Ellington has actually turned into one of the better three-point shooters in the NBA over the past couple of years. He completely reinvigorated his NBA career. This is a dude that was on the bubble of even being a professional basketball player. He turned around his career, became a reliable three-point shooter off the bench for the Heat the past 2 seasons. He was good on the Grizzlies as well a couple of years ago. He has really turned his career around. And if you're the Lakers and you don't want to give, 10, 11, maybe even $12 million to a guy like JJ Redick, you could give $7 or $8 million to Wayne Ellington and have him come in and fill a very similar role. Now, I don't think that Wayne Ellington is ever going to start for the Lakers. We do have him in our starting lineup here simply because we want to show you guys, what these additions will look like with LeBron James on the floor. But Wayne Ellington would just end up being probably your number one shooter off the bench. I think he would be a great leader on that second unit next to Josh Hart and the like of a Mo Wagner as well. It will give you a lot of fun shooting. Maybe your second unit ends up being Josh Hart, Wayne Ellington, Mo Wagner, and then you throw in Kuzma, Ingram, and LeBron to kind of center around there along with JaVale McGee. So you could have a really fun lineup with Wayne Ellington and still maintain a good amount of perimeter shooting and perimeter defense. So he would be a good cheap shooting option for the Lakers on the outside and would cost way less than JJ Redick. Doesn't quite have the overall pizzazz that a JJ Redick would have, but Wayne Ellington would be a safe and smart signing for the Lakers. All right, our last player to join the Lakers with LeBron. Could it be anyone else? It is Kawhi Leonard, because a trade to the Lakers is now more of a when than it is an if. The relationship between Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs is completely severed. It is gone. It is over. The two are not getting along. It is done. Kawhi Leonard does not want to be on the Spurs anymore. He wants to wear the purple and gold and come to Hollywood to play with LeBron James and the Lakers. This has been widely reported by multiple people, us here at Chat Sports. Everyone across the NBA interwebs is saying the same exact thing. LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard will end up teaming up in Los Angeles on the Lakers. That has always been the plan. Well, obviously, Paul George kind of threw a wrench in the plan because he was supposed to be a part of it. But Kawhi Leonard coming to the Lakers has been the plan for the past month or so now. And now that LeBron is officially in LA, Kawhi is 100% focused on joining the Los Angeles Lakers. There were some rumors that Kawhi Leonard could be considering maybe the 76ers. Maybe they trade for him and he thinks about signing an extension there. Not anymore. His goal has always been to get to the Lakers and not be the big-time star. He's not a guy who loves the spotlight. LeBron James is totally fine accepting that role, and then you have Kawhi Leonard coming in as his number 2, being the quiet, more private guy that he is, allowing him to just go out there, play his game, live in his hometown of Los Angeles, and play for the team that he always wanted to play for, the Los Angeles Lakers. Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, will be wearing the purple and gold by the time the 2018 season starts. I'd be stunned, frankly, if Kawhi Leonard is not on the Lakers by the start of the season. I think the only way that Kawhi doesn't end up on the Lakers is if the Spurs literally just decide to not trade him and just have him sit out for the entire season, which, mind you, he's already threatened to do. But we'll get to that in a little bit. We got some comments to go through coming in here on Facebook and YouTube. Joseph A. Moore says the Lakers would have to give up way too much in a trade for him now. Let him sit out a year if need be. I'm not keen on giving up Kuzma or Ingram. I'd trade Ball, though. Well, Joseph, the report that came out yesterday is that the Lakers are not willing to move Kyle Kuzma or multiple first-round picks. Now, they are willing to move Brandon Ingram, which is fine because, in theory, having LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma is a touch repetitive. So I think if they move Ingram to get Kawhi Leonard, that's totally fine because how many minutes and how many shots is Brandon Ingram going to be able to shoot with Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James on the team? I think that's a fine trade if you have to move Ingram to get Kawhi Leonard. Joe Coob says Boogie Cousins will be a Laker this offseason. I like this concept, but I don't think in reality it's actually going to happen. Boogie Cousins wants his money. He wants that 1-year max deal or 2-year max deal with the Pelicans. He thought that the Lakers were going to give him a short-term max, but instead they decided to allocate their money elsewhere to the likes of a Lance Stephenson, a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, or a JaVale McGee. So at this time, I would not expect Boogie Cousins to be a Laker, despite how much fun that would be, especially in the pick and roll. Would be a terrible defensive team, but it would definitely be fun, and that team would score a ton of points. All right, we know from you guys, though, we got a reaction poll here. Which player should the Lakers add? Give me a thumbs up for Brook Lopez. Give me a heart for Julius Randle. Give me a laughing face for JJ Redick. And give me a wow face for Wayne Ellington. A lot of good players on that list. I still think it'll end up being Kawhi Leonard, but man, JJ Redick would be an awesome addition for the Lakers with LeBron James.